Hey everybody, it's Wednesday night and it's time for Super Geeked Up.
Jingle
Woo! Hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Jeff. This is your live geeky pop culture show. We talk geeky topics, play fun geek-themed improv games. I'm joined as almost always. He was off last week, but he's back. It's Fernandez.
We're not supposed to be here today. No. This is my...
Originally, we were going to take it off. Oh, I see Francis is ornery about that. I didn't know. Come on, you had 1 week off. I had no weeks off. I had no weeks off.
You could have.
I know, but I just love our audience so much, and I have so much fun. Thank you to Delaney Parker, by the way, for guest co-hosting last week again. She was great. We are joined by, it's actually been a while since he's been on the show, so we're very excited to have him back. It is Chriss Vincelette, a.k.a. Dash V. Welcome.
Hey, glad to see you.
Yes, that's your normal attire, right? You wear your power glove.
If there's anything the Dash V is, he is so bad.
It is so bad.
So bad.
Really, it is terrible. You try to play a game with this thing?
It fits though. Does that mean that the power glove was designed for an adult hand? Because it was.
Yeah, it's kind of wacky how well it. I think the key is that they just chop the fingertips off, and then it's like suitable for anyone, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty cool.
Chris, can you try to just turn your volume up a little bit again, please?
Oh, sure thing. Let me see here.
Thank you. So, folks, we're gonna. Sorry, I'm trying to get the chat open as well, so I can look at the poll question we have. But we're gonna talk about different kind of creatures and monsters that turn into mythical characters. We're gonna play super movie pitch and ridiculous rhyming in the chats. By the way, thank you everybody who is watching live. And actually, let me give a super big shout out right first. Before the show started, our good friend Craig Nodachi here did a 10-pound super chat over in the UK. Hey guys, in chat, just sending some love from across the pond before bed. Hope you're all doing good. Have a great show. And if I don't see everyone in chat before, hope you all have a great Christmas. Hashtag SGU. Thank you so much, Craig. Well, actually, we can tell him that in person because I think in 2 weeks he's coming on the show. Oh. So that's great. But thank you, Craig. He's also a Patreon member. We really appreciate your support, man. Hopefully you are asleep because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning over in Wales. But thanks. That's great. And the poll question is best movie set at Christmas. 4 choices in the poll. You can, of course, put your other ones in the chat. The Home Alone, Elf, Gremlins, and Die Hard. Home Alone and Die Hard are tied at 40% right now for the lead. I didn't say Christmas movie, by the way. I know that gets very heated. I just said set at Christmas. So
I think that counts. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I do say Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I don't, even if I did say it that way. Okay. Michael says the Muppet Christmas Carol. And I think Craig has said that too, but we said Necroti says Jingle All the Way is the second best, first being Gremlins. Okay, cool.
So Jeff, I have a question for you though. Since Gremlins was filmed on the same Universal Studio lot set as Back to the Future, does that make the entire Back to the Future trilogy Christmas adjacent?
Because it's shot on the same set?
Yeah.
But but that means any movie shot on Universal set would be Christmas. No, Back to the Future is not a Christmas movie, sorry.
Damn it.
It's a Western.
We're right there.
It's a sci-fi, it's future, it's lots of stuff.
But not a Christmas movie.
No. Hello, Chaz. Glad you're here. Welcome. The Long Kiss Goodnight, Carrie says, is the best Christmas movie. Gina Davis, Sam Jackson at their best. I agree. I love that movie. No one really talks about it except Carrie and me. So great choice. Actually, a lot of movies are set at Christmas, even if they're not Christmas movie, like holiday.
Like Iron Man 3.
That was on the list. I looked up. Yes, I didn't include that because I think that's who cares. But that was set at Christmas. No, who cares that it was set at Christmas?
Oh, I get you.
Well, also, it's the weakest of the Iron Man as well, I think as well.
RDJ is the national treasure.
I'm not dissing him. I'm saying the movie overall isn't that great.
I want to say he's this. No, he did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Never mind. Same director who did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang did Iron Man 3.
Okay. That director is?
I can't remember his name. I don't know his name.
Okay. All right, fine. Die Hard takes the lead with 50%. All right, we'll check in later. You can vote till the end of the show. So we'll talk about Chris's links later on. He's got a YouTube channel. He does a lot of cool video stuff. He does everything.
I do actually.
And honestly, folks, if you before we started Super Dub years ago, if you watched my Super Knocked Up series, that would not have existed without Chriss, because he did a bunch of cinematography, he did a bunch of the visual effects, and he really came in last minute. In fact, he even flew across the country from Bay Area, I guess, or San Jose area,
California,
to back to upstate New York, which is where he's originally from, to pitch hint when I really needed someone to come in and when my cinematographer, like health reasons, couldn't continue. So yeah. So anyway, shout out to Chriss. Like, he was a huge part of it. It wouldn't have happened without him. So thank you.
And if I remember correctly, we wrapped 2 days, about a few hours just before Hurricane Sandy made landfall. Like, we wrapped and then we like left for inland.
That sounds correct. Not that in upstate it's that big a deal, but I mean,
yeah,
it's not as big a deal as being on the coast. But you know, yeah, we did. You're right.
Yeah. That was wild. Good times.
All right. Anyway, folks, let's get right into our first question. Francis, what's a super geeky question?
Sure. Nothing says the holidays like werewolves, and the movie Werewolf comes
agree.
out. Werewolves comes out next week, or I guess this week. If you could turn into any kind of animal or beast, which one would you want to turn into?
I didn't even know this was coming out until I was researching for the show. I might see this. I like werewolves.
I don't know what it is. I've never.
Okay, I'll tell you because I read the log line.
Okay.
Something happens where anyone who is exposed to, I don't know if it's a drug or something, when there's a full moon, the population turns into werewolves and they go.
The population. Oh, wow.
Well, who's been exposed to this certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess a decent part of the population gets turned to werewolves and they go on a killing spree, and it's, you know,
Ozempic. I get you. Oh man, there it is.
Listen, I've been telling people we don't know all the long-term risks of Ozempic, so that's what happens. You lose weight, you turn into a werewolf.
I'll take care of the werewolves. I'll use a silver light bullet.
That'd be cool.
Sound.
It's
such a nostalgic sound. I love it.
Yeah. All right, so tell us in the chat, folks. If you do you want to turn into a werewolf? You want to turn into, I don't know, unicorn, something else, whatever it is. A cat. I guess you could just turn into a regular animal if you wanted to. Werewolves. I don't see any. Necrodia says. Just look out your window. Everyone would love to turn into Scottish Fozzie Bear. Scottish Fozzie Bear.
Is there a Scottish Fozzie Bear? I'm not,
all right. Oh, thanks, Jenna. Hey, Jenna's here. Great. She wants to turn into an elf. That makes sense because she loves Lord of the Rings. So not Christmas elf.
No, not Will Ferrell.
No.
Yeah.
Batman Returns is another great Christmas movie. Yes, I almost put that on the list. Necrodius. All right, Chris, since you're a guest, what do you want to change into if you could?
So does it? So you said or beast or whatever. So people say that it can happen too. Like, normally I'm mild mannered, but you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. So I would say the Hulk. Like, I would love it if when I got angry and enraged, I turned into somebody that was physically capable of getting my way.
But would you be okay with if you go with like traditional Hulk, you have no control?
I'd be fine with that because then I have total deniability after.
Okay, that's true.
It's not my fault. It was the other guy.
Very true. That's a good point. All right, cool. We got the Hulk. A were-Wookie. I like that. Interesting. A were-Wookie. So a Wookie who turned like a werewolf, part Wookie. That'd be interesting. I've never seen that. Anyone want to turn into Cthulhu? Nope, not at all. In fact, Chris got so scared about that he went away.
I apologize. Yeah, I'll work out my camera issue, but okay. Sorry.
All right. I'm still thinking. Francis, what do you want to turn into?
It's the power of the power glove. That's what it is. It's the power. It's drawing.
The power
too much
glove
power.
is taking too much juice from the computer.
Drawing too much power from the.
Today's computers can't handle the power of the power glove.
Yeah.
You needed. That was That was original Nintendo, right? 8-bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Power glove was originally 8-bit. But yeah. If I were able to turn into any monster or beast, I'd want to have like human like not human characteristics, but be self-aware, like have a conscience. Like I know what was going on. So I would probably be like, I was maybe like I was gonna say like this is gonna sound terrible, but like the devil, like this omnipotent, powerful. Because I can't go the other way around because that's like, that's more godly. But like if you want beast monster, like a not like him specifically, but like a creature, like a
you want to be like
something.
the version in Star Trek Next Generation when that girl changes into the Klingon devil. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, what movie is this?
It's the Next Generation episode where this con artist is pretending to be a god in the civilization, but she's using holographic stuff to change forms and magic.
Oh, I remember that episode.
At one point, she turns into the human devil, but also then the Klingon
devil,
which is the beast, which is a beast.
I'd be a Klingon devil.
Yeah,
just something menacing.
Or you could be. I just picked up a new Red Sonja book by Gail Simone. You could be the she devil, the Red Sonja. She's known as
because she's got massive boobs, doesn't she?
No, that's not why she's known as the she devil. What? You think that's why she's called the she devil? Because she has massive boobs?
Yeah.
What? She's known as that because she's the fiercest fighter in Hikari.
Oh!
Why would I cannot fathom why that's where you're. I mean, yes, figured. She is very hot and has nice breasts.
It's a Red Sonja comic. I figured.
No, it's not a comic. It's a book. It's actually a novel. It's a new novel.
Oh, okay. Well, you said Gail Simone. I thought she didn't know she did books.
She did. This is her first book. She's a big comics writer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I knew she did comics. That's why I'm like, oh, it's a comic.
I like her. That's why I picked it up because I like her as a comics writer. Yeah. Carrie remembers the TNG episode. It was fun. Let's just all be tribbles. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I don't know. We really got to get rid of him though.
Who's that person? Kick them.
Jormungandr. Is this like a Nordish Norway? I don't know what this is.
Just sounds like ginormous, but in whatever that language is.
Okay, so I might be. Well, first off, Carrie says Battle Cat he turned an animal from He-Man.
Yes.
If we were talking inanimate objects, he'd be a Trans Am like Turbo Teen, which was an obscure cartoon.
Yes, I know Turbo Teen. I love Turbo Teen.
Now, did he turn into a car or he was a car?
He turned into a car. His body morphed into a car.
Did he still have like a face in the car? But he could talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think his face could appear on the car, but it's usually just a car. Oh man, love that. I had that coloring book and I was so excited. Oh man, I remember it. I wish I have it. I hope I have it somewhere in a box because that's classic. So cool.
I think I might, going along with those 80s cartoons, I might want to be a Thundercat. That'd be cool.
Just want to be a hoe.
You just want
I guess I would change my answer then. If we're going to go with 80s cartoon, I would turn into Scrooge McDuck, but only if I get all of his money.
Right, if you could swim through gold.
He was a trillionaire, so yeah.
Because not only do you have money, you have the power to phase through gold and swim through it.
He doesn't phase
no,
through it.
Listen, that's basically how else would he be going through gold
able
bricks?
To convert. No, he's able to convert gold into something.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So phasing is ridiculous. Let's give him the mutant power of turning gold intangible instead.
Reverse Midas touch. He's got the reverse Midas touch.
It's like the opposite of what I said, basically. He's like the gold is phasing rather than him.
Yes. That'd be such a weak power, right? Like, what's your power? I turn gold into Saran wrap. Like,
yeah.
Well, he could destabilize economies that way.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But it's only when he's touching it. When he stops touching it, it goes back to gold.
Yeah.
Right.
Although I will say I love, as a geek, right, from ever since I can remember, I want to change my answer yet a third time because why not? Like Gizmo Duck.
Yeah, I was thinking Gizmo Duck too.
Blather scope, right, and then suddenly like I turn into Gizmo Duck. That would be awesome.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't say Darkwing Duck then, Francis.
Well, we weren't in this mindset yet.
I know.
We started talking
right. Well, we were in the mindset. You were just in the devil mindset for some reason.
Yeah.
And boobs.
Well, I was thinking beast and like monster. I'm like, that's a pretty beastie monster thing.
I think the devil though as like a human person, really, honestly, human form.
Yeah, like Peter Stormare or something.
Did he play the devil?
in Constantine.
Oh, the Keanu Reeves.
The Keanu Reeves one, yeah.
The only one that's worth, of course, talking about.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't hate turning into something with boobs.
Yeah, like the She-Devil.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. If I turned into She-Hulk, that'd be, as long as they get the superpowers and strength.
Oh, She-Hulk.
Yeah, I'm
You'd have
game
to,
for it.
Or
but then you'd have to run away from yourself. Because
What?
as Jeff pointed out.
No. Well, yes, he dashes from the vaginas, right?
Yes.
That's a callback to the previous episode, folks, if you look at the shout-outs to the
Yes, of
Patriots.
last week's episode.
Yes.
See, well, so I could be
Cover your
Chitara, but I
ears.
don't want to. I want to be a different Thundercat so I can date Chitara. So
There
I
you
would
go.
be Chitara, yeah.
You'd be Lino, I guess.
Sure, I'll be the leader then.
You'd be Lionel Richie?
Yeah, well, actually, Lionel Richie is one of my favorite artists, so I'd be fine being Lionel Richie.
Dancing on the ceiling. Oh, man.
That's my favorite song, too, by his.
There you go.
Out of many amazing songs.
Yeah.
And then when you're lost, you could just shout out hello.
I can. Because he says that he keeps saying it in the song.
It does. It does.
A fun one. Oh, Scooby-Doo is a great choice. I would love to be Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo's good.
I can eat all the food I want. Scooby
Yeah.
snacks. I've always wanted Scooby snacks. Solve mysteries. Ride around a van. Oh my God, it's perfect.
Yes, right. Nothing like riding around in a van. That's like the thing.
If you come on, what would be better? I still want to do this now, even though I'm not a teenager. Being with a group of your friends in a van solving mysteries with a talking dog. I mean, come on. How is that not great?
How'd they get paid? Did they get paid?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows? Okay.
Goodwill, you know.
I guess, yeah.
Maybe maybe after they solved the crime, maybe the town chipped in and gave them some money or something. Who knows?
I mean, how does Fred keep up his preppy lifestyle and Daphne keep up her kind of,
Maybe he's independently wealthy and he just bankrolls the whole thing.
That's what they did in the show Velma. They made him super wealthy.
Oh, he's Richie Rich all grown up.
Yeah.
He looks just like him, actually, now that I think about it. He looks like a grown-up Richie Rich.
Curtis says that Daphne's parents were rich.
I'm trying to think in the original, possibly. I don't know if they ever established that. I don't think any of them are really portrayed that way, though. I mean, again, they're in a psychedelic van. It's not like they're in the limousine, right?
Yeah.
So in the original 69, I don't know if they really established any of that. They were just a group of teenagers solving mysteries.
I want the original 69.
Why is Noah turning into Valkyrie's horse from the MCU? Tessa Thompson gets the Raiju score. All right. Carrie, you win. Or Aslan. Is that the lion from Narnia? Right?
Aslan is the lion from Narnia.
Oh, that's a good choice to turn into Aslan. The sludge monster from Fern Gully. Oh, yeah, interesting. Now I'm trying to think of. Oh, I could turn to Slimer from Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, the cartoon version.
Nice.
He likes to eat a lot of stuff too. At least in the well, actually in both versions. That's what he does, right? Even in the movie, he eats stuff. I know Ferngully, Necrotes. I don't know if I've ever watched it or if it's been so long I can't remember. Do you guys know Ferngully?
I watched the sequel, Avatar.
I'm aware of it. Yeah. I remember the commercials for Ferngully.
Robin Williams plays the bat.
Oh, all right. That's right. By the way, Necrotes says the Were-Wookiees are the distant cousins to the There Wookiees and the Here Wookiees. Yes.
It wasn't the who and the what and the. It wasn't the who and the what.
Wookiees, yeah.
And what Wookiees? Where, here, and there.
Oh yeah. Who, what, where, why, when? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm sorry, we're not. Listen, okay, you can shame us for that and for not loving Voyager.
You just got a bad Yelp review, Jeff. Hope you're happy.
Yeah. Can people can't do Yelp reviews of YouTube shows, can they?
I guess we'll find out.
I guess so. I thought that had to be a physical business, but let's see. Our only Yelp review. Well, good show, except they don't know Ferngully and they don't appreciate Voyager. Yeah. All right. Any other ones you guys want to throw in there? Beast or animal to turn into? No, nothing. You just got your devil, huh, Francis?
I mean,
whoa! We could turn into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
There you go.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We might have to fight for who we want to be, though.
No.
Well, because Francis and I both Donatello, right? Is your favorite?
Yeah, but it'll be.
But I could also be Mikey. You could probably be Raph. You like Raph, right?
Yeah, or I could be Metalhead, the robot.
Who's your favorite turtle, Chris?
So it would have to be a toss-up between Donatello and Mikey. So, but
Those are two best.
any one of them is excellent. So I would definitely, I could do Raph. I have an accidental superpower of being sarcastic when I don't intend to be. So I think I would make a natural Raph.
We were talking about this before the show. Yes. You could be a natural Raph.
Yeah.
I saw there were these turtle toys I saw in the store the other day, but all of them had the same color mask on because I think it was a throwback to the original comic book.
Yeah, they all had the same color mask.
But it was Donatello, and it was like a red or orangish mask, but they all had that. And I was like, I would never buy this. I can't stand this. Like I actually think that was the most brilliant thing they did is they made them with different colors. Like that was.
I think the cartoon made them different colors.
Yeah.
The comic they had all red masks.
But that's
you told them
because you immediately know who's her.
Well, you identify them technically from their weapons. That's how you're supposed to identify them.
Yeah, but what if they're just hanging out in the sewer?
They always have it attached to their shell.
I know, but what if you see them at a low angle and you can't see the sigh on the back of Raphael's?
I'm with you, Jeff. I don't want to have to do like a magical, like, what is different in these four turtles, like every single frame to know who is who.
Well, but now modern cartoon Ninja Turtles, everyone has a quirky thing about them that makes them different. Like Raphael has the full fit mask over the head, and Donatello has like something technology on his arms or something. So they really go out of their way to make them different versus just the color.
I don't need that much. I want a purple mask on Donatello. That's all.
They need name tags.
Hello, my name is.
Yes, just right there on the shell. Just on the shell.
I can see Mikey wearing a name tag.
Yeah.
Would an avatar from the movie Avatar count as an animal? Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'd be an avatar too.
Because they literally do. I mean, they don't transform, but they plug in, right?
Yeah.
They plug in, and then their conscience kind of transcends into this other. So I'd say that counts.
I want to be 10 feet tall and half naked all the time.
Blue and flying in the air and living in floating cities.
I don't love the look of the avatars though, so I don't think I want to be that.
No, they do. They're kind of human-y.
They are.
Yeah.
I just don't. I like other humanoid. I like Klingons and other better though than that.
Oh yeah. Well, because they have the boob window.
You are obsessed with boobs today. Jeez. Well, like that's every day, but.
I can't find fault with that though. I mean, I don't. I want to but no, I can't.
No, there's no fault. Falcor from the Never Ending Story.
Is that the one that dies?
No, this is the dragon.
No, I know.
The luck dragon, right?
Yes. Well, yeah, I don't know. It looks like a dog, but it's a dragon.
Yeah.
But Atreus is who we confuse with the horse and everything, right? And the human.
And Artax and Atreus.
What's with the top of the dragon though? He always looked like maybe he slept too close to the stove and got a nasty 3rd-degree burn. I don't know.
Did he?
Really?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he always looked real weird. The top of him, I think they were trying to make it scaly or something like that, but it just looked like he had
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that since
That's weird.
it came out.
Right? I'm like, is he okay? Should he go to the hospital?
I do like they gave him a mustache though.
Oh yeah.
Has dogs have a mustache.
Avatars have bloobs.
Blue.
Nice. I see what you did there, Carrie. I see what you did there.
All right. There we go. All right. There we go, folks. That was some creatures and animals to turn into. You can keep putting that in the chat. Thumbs up there. I hope we brought you a snack or something. All right. Let's go on to our first geeky game, ridiculous rhyming. So what we need from you folks, we're gonna have to talk in rhyme in this game, and let's see what we need. Let's get what do you think, Francis?
Usually we get like a scenario or something.
What creatures have we turned into?
Okay, and then
we'll tie it into our geeky question.
Yeah.
Tell us what creatures the three of us have turned into. But I guess these creatures are gonna be able to talk because we're gonna have to speak.
I mean, most of the creatures we mentioned,
yes,
can speak.
I don't think Falcor speaks, but
I think Falco does speak.
Oh, does he speak?
Telepathically?
Telepathically, okay, yeah. And then each of us, as we do the scene, we're speaking rhyme, and we kind of just go around.
I want to do Kermit.
You want to be Kermit?
I want to be Kermit. Yeah, somebody threw that.
Well, hey, that's not up to you, sir. It's up to the chat.
Okay. I'm just
saying.
Wait,
you got Kermit in the Oh, I'm sorry. It was already in the chat. I thought
it was in the chat. Yeah.
Sorry, I get a delay on StreamYard.
I'm like, if they have to bequeath it onto me, that's fine.
Yes. Okay, I get it. No, sorry, it's in the chat. Good. Cthulhu, the World Serpent. Who's the World Serpent?
Giant snake.
You've turned into weird Britney Spears. Oh, I like that.
Oops, it happened again.
Ravenous Rhinos, Gizmo Papa Smurf Lion-O, Blue Eyes White Dragon
from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh,
it doesn't talk. It doesn't talk.
All right, so you want to be Kermit, right?
Sure.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna be Weird Britney Spears because that my first film was about Britney Spears.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was about a guy trying to meet Britney Spears, like a fan trying to meet her.
And did you recruit Britney Spears to make a cameo?
Well,
did you really?
Cameo didn't exist then. No, I did not. I wish, man. I wish, because I had a huge crush on Britney Spears.
I'm sure she would have done it.
I'm sure she would not have. This was at the height of her popularity. Man.
Oh.
How would I even get a hold of her? Like,
doesn't
nowadays maybe because she's not as. I'm not dissing her, but she's not doing as much, nowadays in terms of.
No.
Jeff, if I was Britney Spears and I saw you on my caller ID, I'd pick up for what it's worth.
Oh, thank you. I don't know why I would be on her. If I'm on her caller ID, that's great news.
It's Jeff.
A golden doodle. Oh, that's what the dog Jenna has.
Nice. Oh, I thought it was just like a yellow drawing.
Yes. A golden doodle. Nice.
All right, I'll be Popeye.
Popeye?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Popeye's right there.
Carrie's thing there.
All right. So, give us a location we're at, folks. Where are we? Where Britney Spears, Popeye, and Kermit the Frog? Next time, just me -V is on. He has to dress up as Britney Spears for the show.
I'm sure.
As long as you do the schoolgirl outfit. Do the schoolgirl outfit.
Oh, be careful what you wish for. If anybody's seen Retro Reload, the show I used to do, there is an episode of me dressed as a schoolgirl. So it's not without precedent. It's not without precedent. That's all I'm saying.
Was it for a Britney Spears thing though?
It was for the release of the Nintendo Switch. I had other co-hosts, and one of them was a cosplayer, and I dressed as her, and she dressed as another character, and all that other stuff. So.
Wait, you dressed as her. Why did you dress as Britney Spears then?
Because
it's schoolgirl.
She would dress as like schoolgirl Sonic. So I dressed as her dressing as schoolgirl Sonic. Because for the announcement of that the Switch was going to be released, we all switched places with each other. Yeah. It was just an excuse for me to dress like a schoolgirl.
There's a schoolgirl Sonic?
In the cosplay land, there's a schoolgirl everything, Jeff.
Okay, yes, that's true.
That's true.
Good point.
Difficult to argue.
All right. We've got the ship from Movit Treasure Island. The already blown up remains of the Death Star in space in Jeff's apartment. Oh, okay. A little small in here, but all right, let's go to I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how this will work, but the remains of the Death Star.
No, in The Last Jedi, the blown up remains of the Death Star is in space. Oh, never mind. I was just saying.
Well, we can say, you want to say it's on like what planet? Is that where it is?
Because it was on that planet that Rey had to find like a thing, and she's like, "Oh, it's the remains of the Death Star."
The blown up remains of the Death Star.
Let's say we're in space, but let's say enough of there's certain fragments of it intact. I guess we'll say
that has like an atmosphere.
Yes, has an atmosphere.
All right, Broadway. Okay.
We're that'd be cool. All right, so we're on the remains of the Death Star in space. I'm where Britney Spears. Francis is Popeye. And Dash is Kermit the Frog. And we have to speak in rhyme.
Okay.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
Where are you, Britney Spears? You had me spinach and me beers?
I'm trying to decide, how do I do a werewolf and Britney Spears at the same time?
You're gonna be me. Oh, no, that's...
Well, wait, I should do Southern. She's Southern. Well, Popeye, I got your, do you have the time? Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, that's the same word. Never mind.
Where Britney Spears, I don't think you understand how it works. You said time twice, but you're supposed to say time and then come up with a rhyme. Am I right?
Oh, that's true. Hey, look over there. There's the blown up remains of the Death Star. If we keep on walking, it won't be too far.
Oh, wait a minute. How do we walk in space? Get me out of this place.
Just remember, it's not a race. And if you take your time, someday we'll find it, the way to the Death Star. Because if Luke can, so can we. La da da dee. Shield, brace for impact.
I don't think that rhymed.
La da da dee rhymes with.
I wasn't told that we were going to be singing. Well, if there's any way to get to this debris, I guess we'll have to learn to go and space ski.
Gee, wow, you're space skiing. I'd rate it a 10. Oh no, I broke the ship. Oops, I did it again.
Oh God. You really want to get that?
I really want to work in the songs.
You really want that?
You know, Jeff, you're really making me mad. But you know, this power glove, it's so bad.
Oh my goodness. That's the coolest thing I've seen. It's like when olive oil was flicking her bean.
What?
Never mind.
Well, you know, the first to flick my bean was Justin Timberlake. And man, I got hazy. You might say he drove me crazy.
Speaking of crazy, when I get jiggy, it's only with Miss Piggy.
Nice.
What's with all this talk? We've got the Death Star in front of us. If we don't go in now, we'll have to leave on a bus. For some reason.
All right, let's get on the bus where we can rock it. Just don't let on anybody toxic.
Hey, is that Harrison Ford? And how come when Luke blew up the Death Star, he first had to fly through a fjord? I think it qualifies, technically.
It does. Well, I guess we'll leave it alone for now. As Bart Simpson says, don't have a cow.
I think you're right. Let's just get out of here and let's not do anything wrong, because quite frankly, I ran out of songs. right,
Well,
let's stop there.
folks,
Okay,
I
go
think
ahead.
it's safe to say that the blown up Death Star was this rhyme we put together along the way.
Oh,
Sheesh.
Sheesh. All right, that's it. Scene. Very nice.
sorry, olive oil.
I was like, don't listen, Curious George, don't listen.
Well, but I mean, Popeye and Alvoy obviously have sex.
Except for their one child, Sweet Pea's adopted. Didn't even have a kid together.
Wait, wasn't that Olive Oil's kid before?
No, some kid they just adopted, I think. I don't think they have anything. Yeah.
Maybe it was
I'm just
Bluto's
saying,
kid.
outside of the cartoon.
Yeah.
they have
That's
sex.
true. And Robin Williams, of course, played Popeye
In the live action.
in the live action.
Yeah. Let's see. In Space on the Death Star, it was a Broadway musical. Oh, that would have been fun. Well, we got a song.
I mean,
We got a song.
yeah. Chris got in a song.
Someone go. I'm sure she would love to watch.
She's not doing anything, like Jeff said. She's really
Well,
not doing
I
anything.
didn't mean she's not doing anything. She's not as busy as.
No, but I mean, she's just
height of her career.
living the life of a celebrity. In other words, she's just hanging out. Like she's not making new albums. She's just like being a
She might be
mom.
working on something. She might be working on something. We don't know.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, she's been fairly consistent about releasing stuff.
She's-
Watching these three try to find something out of this mess of a scenario is hilarious. Those darn space bus stops always in the weirdest places.
Well, you know, space bus stops.
That's good.
Folks, this is your space bus driver speaking. Please remember to buckle your seatbelts. Buckle this.
Why you're an irate space bus passenger?
Yes.
I'm trying to work a Spaceballs reference. In there.
Oh, I gotcha.
Ludicrous speed now.
Are there actually? That's interesting. I'm trying to think of something that uses a space bus shop. Why don't any sci-fi things have space buses? They should.
They do. They did. That's how.
It's
how.
Shuttlecraft.
Well, no, there's like a space bus that takes somewhat. It's in
But a
Star
shuttlecraft
Wars.
doesn't like make stops. You know, like
wanna
I
say
want
that's-
something that like leaves Earth,
What
stops
about
at
the
the moon,
Expanse?
stops at the moon, continues to
Yeah.
Mars. You know,
Did they have that in the Expanse?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Because they were constantly, they had like the colonies by the asteroid belts and Mars, and I imagine they must have had some kind of transit system.
No, maybe they did.
You should be an advisor for them and be like, hey, look, how they get to the Mars, how they get to the moon. There's no buses. Come on, I can't believe this. You
Right,
shattered my whole.
Why is there no public transport in space? What's up with this? Their lack of infrastructure. How dare you?
I know. See, it's only for the rich people.
Uh,
All right. Or if you're really William Shatner, well, he's rich, I guess, and you just get invited to go. But you get invited. He went on with Bezos, right? Is that who he got invited to go up with?
yes.
Did you see the new short with Shatner and Nimoy?
How's it with Nimoy?
They released a new a variety of different visual effects techniques and stuff, but it's an actual official. I think it's like a 10 or 15-minute short. I don't want to say anything about it specifically to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but it's kind of touching.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
interesting.
Okay.
So you're
No,
saying
I
they
have not
like
seen it.
did an AI version of Nimoy?
Well, the difference about this was live. So they actually had the live actor performing, and then they had real-time digital, they call it digital prosthetics. And so there was no tracking markers, no VFX makeup, anything. It was just an actual actor dressed up like Kirk and an actor dressed up like Spock. And they acted, and then they had the digital prosthetics being applied in real time that made them look like the original actors back in the time. It's kind of like a sequel to Star Trek Generations, the movie.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I'm reading about it now. Yeah, it came out last month. This is cool.
Yeah, it's
I'm
amazing.
gonna have to watch
you guys
this.
haven't seen it, check it out
No.
for sure. After the show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it right now.
Crody says in space, no one can hear your ass. Where is the bus? That's true. They hired a necromancer to bring him back. Oh, well, that would be interesting.
Yeah, actually, in space, you can only be heard if you talk like Kermit the Frog Where Britney Spears, or who are you, Francis, again? Popeye.
That's right. That's the only 3 voices.
If you use those voices, you're perfectly audible. Anything else,
and you
for some
rhyme.
reason, the vacuum of space just absorbs. So science is still trying to figure out why.
And I think the rhyming negates the vacuum of space as well.
I think
that's true.
Yeah, the resonant harmonies kind of multiplexing on the same wavelength, I think. Yeah. It's science, folks. It's science.
You know what's funny? That actually sounds like something you would hear in TNG or something. Oh yeah, the multiplexing of the wavelength and
yeah, absolutely.
How
absolutely.
it mixes with the dilithium crystals.
Yeah. I grew up on Star Trek, so
that's a good way to grow up.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, let's talk to Chris here. All right. Well, here, what do you want to promote? Because you've done a lot of different stuff over the years.
Well, I think, yeah, I appreciate where you kind of started out. I mean, I remember being meeting in the firehouse there in upstate New York and just bringing.
We were firefighters, if you don't know, back in the day.
Yeah, we saved multiple. But going to the script reads and stuff like that, like that was awesome. But I'm still writing scripts and screenplays to this day. In fact, I'm working with another gentleman, Highbender. He's working with me on some
Did you
things.
say Fassbender you're working with? Is that what you just said?
Highbender, Hybender.
Michael Fassbender, great.
Yeah. So we did a podcast together. It was the TV and film deep dive podcast that we did, and we reviewed films like, streaming media content and stuff like Baby Reindeer. There was actually a documentary about Jim Henson that we did and stuff like that. So folks can check that out. I can give you a link to that a little bit later. We could just drop it I can drop it in the comments later. But so yeah, I also do quite a bit of, I used to have a show, Retro Reload. Those episodes are still available now. If you Google just me -V, all one word, you can find me generally across all the social medias. So I got some surprises coming up. In fact, one of them is on the screen behind me a little bit. The Just Me Dash that's in the background. It's deliberately a little bit obscured, but when you folks go to see my surprise project that drops later this year, you'll be like, hey, I saw that first on Super Geeked Up. So it's been a while since I've done a web series, but I've been working on one for the last 2 years. Wow. And I think it's going to be a banger. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it.
That's awesome. Folks, hey, you can click that. Remember, click subscribe for his channel and our channel too, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. I'm also on Clubhouse. People can find me there. I'll do improv live sometimes on Clubhouse. I do karaoke every Saturday night on Chatter.
Karaoke.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what Clubhouse or Chatter are, to be honest with you. What are they?
Social audio apps, actually.
Yeah.
So imagine what we're doing now, only without the video, and where people in the chat you can actually bring up on the stage and you can participate completely in the show, but you have full moderation capabilities and stuff. So it's not, depending on how well the moderator is, it's not always chaos.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So on this, I'm looking more at your background. Very interesting.
I know. I'm sorry. I got so many. I'm a man of many hats. I don't like to. A lot of people in film say pick your lane and stay in it. I do not believe or subscribe to that at all. Jeff, as you know, I can and have done a little bit of everything: acting, singing, screenwriting, video editing, VFX.
Dancing.
So yeah, I love taking an idea from in your brain, like, could you do that, to like, dude, check it out. That looks amazing, doesn't it? Isn't that so cool?
Folks, you can go to the link tree if you want to go there. Then you can get the links to everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I have a couple of YouTube channels. So Retro Reload is the show that I used to do. But now that it's Just Me -V, I work on pinball machines and arcade machines. And on Twitch, you can usually find me. Twitch is before I figured out what the hell I'm doing. So if I'm going to blow the breaker, set my house on fire, electrocute myself, you want to see that happen live on Twitch. That's the most entertaining. Once I've figured out what I'm doing, so I'm not going to hurt myself or like knock my house down, then I'll I'll shoot everything with professional gear and everything. And I'll do cut content, like post edited content and everything. And I'll show a proper how-to. But if you ever want to just come and chat with me while I'm working on a pinball machine or an arcade game, maybe learn a thing or two about electronics and craftsmanship, check me out on Twitter and YouTube.
Nice.
How many pinball machines do you have?
Oh, either 10 or 11. I don't remember.
Wow. Where do you?
Yeah.
He
Do you
he
have a
has a huge
warehouse?
house. He has
Oh,
a huge
okay.
house.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like a.
He's got like the
Mus-
Professor X's Xavier School for the gifted.
Oh, sure. That makes sense.
Not quite actually, but no, I did. I have a basement, and it's a finished
Ah.
basement. So I've just used I got the agreement that half the basement could be dedicated to gaming in all its forms and variety, and then the other half is dedicated to watching movies and stuff like that.
Nice.
So wait, is the basement where all your modern gaming stuff is too?
Yeah, actually, in the home theater is where all the modern gaming stuff. Oh, I guess technically here too. I've got an Xbox. I got the previous gen is in this room where I'm at. The Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 4, but the PlayStation 5 and the newer. I hate that they just keep naming it confusing stuff. Wherever the latest
Xbox Series.
Xbox next is in the other room.
I was thinking about that like 2 days because I actually got a PS5 on Black Friday.
Yeah.
And I've been an Xbox for a long time, but I was thinking like, well, PlayStation to keep it simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Xbox has to complicate everything with a stupid name.
Yeah. I have an Xbox. Wait, the original one. Oh, the Xbox One. No, that's the second one. I have the Xbox, X, like the Series X. No, I'm like, you know what? Never mind.
That was the really stupidest thing. The Xbox One X and the Xbox Series. Like, stop.
We made the same problem actually. We when they released the Wii U, they thought that they would be able to capitalize on the branding of the Wii, and what ended up happening was most people didn't buy the Wii U because they're like, I already have a Wii. They didn't distinguish that it was a totally different product and stuff. So it was. I mean, it's a true thing. Like, it can definitely cause consumer confusion. They should listen to us. They should just call us, Jeff, and consult with us, and we can help them. And they can, hey, are you a CEO or a C-level that owns a video game company? Save your shareholders $1 million or more by just contacting Super Geeked Up. We can get you all set and squared away with how not to be completely confusing to your audience.
That's right. You know what? I would have liked to see them done, because I think Xbox and then Xbox 360 was fine. They should just continue that, like 360, 720, 1080. Like, that would have made sense.
Well, that would have been so awesome, actually.
That would have been cool, right?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah.
Because now they would have been on like probably the 1080. I'm like, oh, that's up there. I'm at the 1080, man. Like,
absolutely. I'm on the Xbox 270. We've almost done a complete circle.
Right. We're almost a full revolution.
Right.
But being confused with the audience is the whole charm of Super Geeked Up. Oh, all right. Thank you. I'm glad that's charming.
It works for a podcast. It doesn't work for a video game console product line. That's all I'm saying.
He has so many pinball machines. He converted his whole house to a pinball machine. He has a controller to use the flippers to move himself around the house.
Actually, one of these, there are instructions to bury me inside of it.
Your will says that?
It will. I might have just said that to be provocative.
Oh, bury you inside a pinball machine. Wow.
I've considered it. Hey, when I pass, just cremate me, put me in the coin box, and just put it in the ground.
Oh, I thought you actually just wanted to put your whole body inside a hollowed out pinball machine.
Yeah, just stuff me inside. It would be more economical than a funeral.
And wearing your power glove, of course.
Yes, wearing the power glove, and give me my little Curious George.
So, like hundreds or 1,000 years from now, somebody post-apocalypse, they find your body and this skeleton with a power glove on. They're like, what is this ancient relic? This is amazing.
Goodness. This half machine, half man.
That's right. They're like, they had cyborgs back then.
Yeah. What's the inscription say on the tomb? It's so bad. What's that mean?
All right. By the way, to Crodius, yes, it is just me -v, all one word. Oh, I get it. No, not all one word. Don't put that part of the search. I think that's what he's saying.
What I love about that, Necrodius, though, is like when I'm in a text-only thing, like if I'm on is it Telegram or Telegraph? I don't remember what they call it. But if I'm on there, I'm on Slack or whatever, and people see me, they're like, "Oh, hello, just Med 5. Hello, just me dash." What I'm sorry. Can I just call you Justin? So people call me Justin sometimes because they don't. So I capitalized strategically so now people can see.
Yes, very good.
I also like to confuse people.
You're good
So
at
I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite when I criticize Microsoft and Nintendo. They're like, "What's with your name, man? I don't even know what to call you. Just Med number 5."
Yeah, but at least you've kept the dash consistent as your branding.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. And
You
you
need
know
to
the
say-
secret. You know I'm called that, right?
You've told me and I forgot.
So when
I know it's not the vagina thing that last
although I might change the canon story. That'll be in the Snyder cut of the backstory of my name. But no, in programming, when you are using a compiler or something like that, a lot of times there's a -v option that you can get, which means verbose. So if things aren't quite working the way that it expects, or if you want to know a little bit more about what a command does, usually you can type it in and say -v, and it means verbose, and it'll give you. You'll go from not having enough information to understanding what's going on to having too much information to even remember what you asked in the first place. So that's kind of me sometimes. You ask a simple question, 5 hours later, I almost get to the answer. Yeah.
Got it. I'm going with the vagina part, but all right.
I think that's it's quicker, and I don't know, it's kind of, or if we could somehow something to do with boobs. Is there a way to Francis, is there a way for us to associate V with B? Like how draw us a bridge from
I'll have to brainstorm on that one. That's a tough one.
He likes brainstorming about boobs, so he'll be happy to do that.
I'll be there.
Yeah, we can, if you want, we can set up a focus group,
We'll have to survey people and figure out the best combination of words that get you from V to boobs.
I think so. We might have to have some a hose require certain T-shirts, to be involved.
Necroti says, cast pinballs out of your ashes for a pinball game you like, and then you can be part of pinball forever. Oh
yeah. What's your most prized machine?
What'd you say?
What's your most prized machine?
Oh,
so my first one and the most prized one has to be Attack from Mars. When I was a kid, well, I say kid now. When I was in my late teens, and I was going to college, I lived at home, and I was working about 35 to 40 hours a week, and I was taking a 16 to 18 credit hour school load, depending on the subject. And I was going to school for computer science. And so I was penny to penny. And, I had class on one end of the campus and then class on the other, and like a half-hour break in between two of them on one day. And in between was the student union. So there's a little bar and a little arcade there. And they had Attack from Mars, the pinball game. And they had Area 51, the light gun game where you shoot the zombies.
Yeah.
And I would just sit there and I'd eat my peanut butter jelly sandwich and my potato chips, and I'd watch other people play the games because I couldn't scrounge even a quarter to play the games. And every now and then I'd find a quarter on the ground or whatever, and I'd always put it into Area 51 because I was accurate enough and good enough with the light gun from Duck Hunt and stuff that I could get a good 20 minutes out of the game. Versus if I played pinball, it was 10 seconds. But I would watch this guy come in and just sink a single quarter into the game, and he would play it for an entire 45 minutes. And the game is so funny, so campy. It's like you're playing a B movie. And so it's just such great humor. Tim Kitzrow, actually, the guy that did NBA Jam, the voiceovers.
Yeah.
He does the call outs. I didn't know this at the time, but he does the call outs in Attack from Mars as well. And I didn't know that pinball machines had story progression and all this other stuff. And it had animations on the dot matrix display. And I was like, wow. So one day this guy's playing and he's on a roll. He gets all the way to the end. I didn't even know that you could get he got to the wizard mode of the pinball game. And then he goes, crap, I got to go. I've done this a dozen times. He looks at me and he goes, it's yours. And I look at my watch. I also had to go because I had class, but I'm like, screw it. I went up to the machine. I started to play. It was a multi-ball mode, so it was a little bit forgiving. But basically, as soon as the timer ran out on the multi-ball mode, I instantly drained and lost. But I played enough to where I caught that bug. And I remember tapping my hand on the lockdown bar and going, one of these days, someday, I'm gonna make enough money that I'm gonna buy this damn game. And I'm going to park it in my basement or my house or whatever. And I'm going to play it anytime I want to. It took me 20 years. It took me 20 years to actually realize that. but eventually I was able to actually do it. So it means more that I was able to do it. Like, I love the game, don't get me wrong, but it just means more that I was able to kind of accomplish it. There's a lot that went into that, and things like Super Knocked Up, it might sound odd, but like things like that, like, played a role in that. Like,
Wow.
to be able to take something as an idea that may seem far-fetched, that may seem unreachable, that may seem like, how in the world am I going to do this? It's all about getting the right people together that share your vision and that are willing to work toward it. Great things can come out of that in film, in business, in story. Like, Jeff, when I see you go to a con, very rarely do I see you go to it alone. When I see you on Super Geeked Up, never are you on here without a great set of companions and great folks there in the chat. Like, they all collectively make it what it is. So you got to have the vision, but then you also got to kind of show up and put your all into it, and then great things can happen. And so every time I see that and I'm kind of feeling down on myself or thinking maybe I can't do it, maybe I'm in over my head, maybe I look at that and I go, for 20 years this seemed like something impossible, but there it is. There's the impossible thing. So just, folks, don't ever stop chasing your dreams.
Wow,
that's an awesome
how
story.
inspirational.
I know. Geez, folks, you got a you got a motivation here. Got a great inspirational story.
Man, I'm gonna have a hard time during the dedications for Patreon. I'm just saying.
I'll work on making my stories shorter, though, Jeff.
No, that's good.
No, that was very motivating. Thought it was going to turn into a heist story, and Acrodia says, where he literally did get that machine for his basement in some comical, elaborate heist.
Yeah, that's the true story. Actually, yeah, a couple years later, I busted in the place late at night, and I took it out piece by piece. Yeah, it took me 20 years to get all the pieces out and
right.
home, but finally,
he had to shake it out of his pant leg every day after school. There's another piece.
Is that Ms. Dash sees me come home? Is that a flipper in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Okay, folks, just me Dash V on YouTube and on other social media
Linktree
platform, is it? Yeah, just me Dash V and Linktree. You can get all those places.
Yeah.
Go over there, give them subscribe, give them a follow on social media.
Yeah.
Please do the same for us. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button that you're watching right now. We appreciate it very much. All right. Oh no, actually not our Patreons yet. We have to do our super geeky question number 2, which is, so here's another movie I didn't know was coming out until I researched this week, but a movie called The Return is releasing on Friday. And that is a retelling of The Odyssey, which is back in my wheelhouse, back in my college and grad school days. Good old Homer there. And it features, how do you say his name? Is it Ralph Fiennes? Is that how you say his name?
Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
He stars as Odysseus. So I want to know, what historical or mythical character would you want to see a movie about? Now, I mean, if there already is one, you could just want another new one. That's fine. Or you could pick a character that there's never been one about. Whatever you want to do. Tell us in the chat. Could be historical, so a real one, or a mythical, like Odysseus. Although I guess some people, well, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like most of that stuff is mythical, but some people would say it was real. Julius Caesar. I'm a big fan of Caesar.
Like the salad.
Yep, the salad. Exactly. Let's do a movie about the salad. The creator of the Caesar salad. I'm gonna, if you haven't watched it, Pierre, I think the best portrayal of Caesar is by Kieran, I forget his last name, Kieran Hines, in the show Rome from HBO. Amazing portrayal of Caesar. I think they really nailed it. Alexander the Great. Well, yep, another very well-known character. And I actually, you know what? The only one I remember is the Colin, Farrell and the Angelina Jolie movie. Yeah, which wasn't very good. Of course, the mythical Lady Face Slap that Necrodius has created. Yes, let's get a movie about her. Oh, Catherine the Great. Okay. King Arthur. I don't care how many King Arthurs they'll do. I'll watch every one of them. So, yeah, I'm down.
Ms. Dash likes Lady Hawk. So maybe a remake of Lady Hawk. The one that had a very, very, very young, I think it was Matthew Broderick and
Yes.
Michelle Pfeiffer. I
Yep.
believe.
Mm-hmm.
Was Rutger Hauer in that too? I feel like he was.
Don't remember.
Maybe he's in something
Could have
else.
been. No, could have been. I just don't remember.
All right, Lady Hawk, sure.
Yeah.
Speaking
You
of
can
action,
guess
since we,
mine, Jeff, right?
what was that?
You could guess mine. You know the movie I would like to see, but we can't do it now because they've gotten too far up there.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Mythical or historical?
Yeah, mythical, mythical / historical. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay, wait. Now I'm confused. Like I would have said Lara Croft, but that's not
No.
mythical. I actually don't know.
Xena.
Oh,
If we could rewind the clock to 20 years ago and get Xena and Gabrielle and Joxer on the, I mean, the whole Bruce Campbell, the whole cast was like loaded with bangers, like an actual 2-hour movie in the Xena / Hercules cinematic universe would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, absolutely, man. I loved Hercules and Xenon. That was great.
Yeah.
Well, since we were talking about Red Sonja earlier, I actually would love to see. I don't know. That's really mythical necessarily, but I'm more just fictional, I guess. I would love to see a reboot of Red Sonja, though. It's been a while. Calamity Jane. All right, nice. Mr. Peanut. Okay.
I mean, but they do it for like, mass. Yeah, that'd be fun. Like a Mr. Money, whatever the Monopoly guy is.
Yeah.
Mr. Money Bank.
It's like Uncle Moneybags or something like that. Yeah.
A sequel to the Broderick Godzilla movie.
You know what? I wouldn't hate that. Like that movie gets a lot of shit, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done, actually. The same people that did Independence Day did that.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't like in line with the Godzilla canon, right? But if they hadn't named it Godzilla, I think it would have been just fine. It's just like if they did something like what they did with Cloverfield, right? Just make it Godzilla adjacent.
A movie about that pinball heist. Yep, that would be good.
There you go. Pinball's 11.
Oh, right. Like, oh, shit, I get it.
Yeah.
Necrotius also loved the Godzilla movie, the Broderick one.
Yeah.
All right. Francis, what do you got? Mythical, historical, figure.
Probably, since I was talking about boobs, Lady Godiva would be great.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Have a feature-length film of that. But if I wanted to get like more technical, maybe Zephram Cochrane, inventor of the warp drive, would make a great.
Oh yeah.
And he's a historic figure, sort of, in the
Star
future.
Trek. Yep.
Yeah.
Or Noonien Sung, either one. That's fine.
Would you do with Zephram's story? Would you include the timeline where the Borg came in and interrupted, or would you do the original before the Borg went back and changed it?
You have to keep the timeline. You have to keep it "quote unquote" pure. So you have to do it, pre First Contact. You have to do it before the before the Borg Queen. You can have any Borg Queen in your Zephram biopic, but yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, since you mentioned Godiva, a female character, I would like an Anne Bonny movie. I've always thought Anne Bonny is a cool character, female pirate back in the day.
Didn't Gina Davis do a movie like that already?
Cutthroat Island. She wasn't Anne Bonny. She was a fictional pirate.
Yeah.
I was actually really excited for that movie to come out. It's not actually really that good, but yes, unfortunately, but it had all the elements, man. It had her as a pirate. Yeah.
Did either of you ever see The Prestige?
Yeah.
I love how that ended up being, a movie actually about a little bit about like Nikola Tesla. I thought that was pretty cool. I hadn't expected that from the trailer and stuff.
People are always, it's like, David Bowie was in that movie? Yeah, he was Tesla. That was him.
He just disappeared right into it.
Kinda, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you don't really think of him as an actor, right? So you just kind of like, oh, who's that guy?
Right. Gary Oldman can do that too, like where he just disappears into the role, and you're like, "That was Gary Oldman." Yeah, that was Gary Oldman.
And I just forgot which character I was going to pick. Oh, well.
Gary Oldman. It was going to be a Gary Oldman biopic. Historical.
I am very disappointed.
Was that a Gary Oldman?
That's his. Yeah, that's from. That's the
Jean Baptiste.
Yeah, Fifth Element.
Yes.
Forget his name.
There's a
Fifth
very
Element.
distinct accent in that. You're right.
He likes to play American. Because he's the bad guy in The Professional. He's like the bad guy in like a bunch. In a bunch of these movies, and he likes to play American for some reason.
Not on for Air Force One. He's like Eastern European or something.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, and he is actually British in Harry Potter, of course.
Right. Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, but they do like they do like to cast him as like, well, you're an everyman. You can be this guy. Yeah.
Well, we've got Super Geeked Up, the origin story.
No.
A Janeway movie to praise the best Trek series, Voyager.
Yeah.
I'm still watching more Voyager.
So it'll just be about coffee? How she needs her
coffee.
Mr. Paris. I need my coffee, Mr. Paris.
It's about this weird kind of like sexual tension between her and Chakotay, but they never do anything about it.
Thank goodness.
It's so weird though, because it's so obvious, right? Like they kind of have like they flirt a little. They kind of like, She's waiting
to bang Paris when they turn into lizards.
Oh, that's with everyone, I guess. Everyone is.
I'm still salty that they weren't able to get her into Picard season 3.
Oh, Janeway?
Yeah. My understanding was because there was I don't know if it was timing or contractual, but like there's something going on with Prodigy, which then ended up getting canceled.
She's in Prodigy.
Anyway. But yeah, I guess she had obligations to Prodigy, and I don't know if they were, like I said, I don't know if they were contractual or just timing wise. But so she was working on that, and then they ended up finishing up Picard season 3. They launch it, and then they announced the cancellation of Prodigy. It's like, no, we got neither.
Exactly. Neither. Gone.
Yes. Okay, forget it. I'm out of here.
Last thing I want to say about Voyager is, as I continue to watch more episodes, they for some reason keep putting Harry Kim into situations where he has a lady like admirer or something, and they just kill it every single. They're like, oh, there's a girl that's into Harry Kim. Nah, she's some kind of weird alien or some kind of hologram or some kind of thing from his imagination. Like, no, never gonna give him anything.
So you would call him the Geordi LaForge of Voyager?
No, well, sort of.
That's what you say. I don't think. I think Geordi is not as bad with the ladies as you think.
And also, Geordi's useful.
That's true. That's very true. Very useful.
Very useful. Sorry, Harry. Doesn't do anything.
He doesn't. He's a waste.
Yeah, and he doesn't. Apparently, he's the only character not to get any type of promotion in like the entire run of the series.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, that's so sad. Harry Kim, forever the ensign.
So.
A movie about the inventor of Godiva chocolates. Yes, not Lady Godiva, just the inventor of Godiva chocolates.
Yeah, or the person whoever's on the cup of the Starbucks cup. Whoever's on the Starbucks cup.
Yes, that girl.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what?
Oh, you got Starbucks.
That's
there you
handy.
go. Yeah, her.
There you go. Yeah.
Whoever she is, she's a mythical creature, I'm sure.
So also in terms of mythical or historical. Even though there's been plenty, I will watch any movie about Shakespeare because I love Shakespeare. Particularly any movie about like Shakespeare in Love or other stuff about the actual like where he's there like writing and working on the stuff. I think is always fun. Different takes on that.
I want a Shakespeare movie where they try to prove all of those conspiracy theories that somebody else wrote all this.
They did. There is a movie.
Oh, what's it called?
Great question. I watched it and I can't think of what it's called right now. Probably about 7-10 years ago.
Okay.
Is it called Alan Smithy?
No.
That would make sense because they
do it as if the Earl of something. One of the theories.
Yeah. There's like an Earl who like wrote all his stuff. Yeah.
Now, I've actually been to Stratford-upon-Avon and the Globe in England, and I've talked to people there. I think Shakespeare wrote Shakespeare. I think these are all conspiracy theories. There is no good, really solid evidence for any
I
of this
know,
stuff.
but it's still fun.
I know it is fun.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
yeah.
for people out there, I think that Shakespeare is Shakespeare.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's interesting to play with those ideas for sure.
Don't worry, Francis. I'll keep your secret. He'll never know that you're the ghostwriter for Shakespeare.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that means he's also a time traveler.
He is. That. Yeah, he's got it all solved, man. He's
People don't know how old I really am. I age very, well.
Yeah. He's also a vampire.
Yeah.
So he's never. Yeah. Notice, folks, the show's always at night. That's because when he can come out.
I can't daylight.
It's true. You've never seen Francis in the daytime. If
Never eaten garlic.
It's all about the connections.
Stay away from holy water. That's just what I do. I just hang out here. Except if you think about Blade. Apparently in Blade, none of that stuff works except for sunlight.
Well, it depends. Every vampire thing does their own lore. Sunlight, again, wasn't even originally a thing.
That's
Dracula could go in the sun. He was just weakened a little bit.
And then, of course, Gary Oldman played Dracula in Dracula with, of course, Keanu Reeves as...
I know. You love bringing that up.
But I am British. Oi.
What do you guys think of Keanu Reeves as Shadow in Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
I've heard it. He sounds weird.
Wait, is this like a new Sonic movie coming up?
New Sonic movie.
The third movie.
Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves.
I love Keanu Reeves, so I'll watch him in anything.
Let's go, man.
I think he's great. Not only do I think he's great, even though Francis, I mean, look, it's easy to poke fun at him, but I think he's great. But also, I honestly think he's probably just about the nicest guy in Hollywood.
Yeah, he is.
Hands down.
And he actually seems like very down to earth. Like he's one of those few people who somehow has not let it corrupt him and get to his head. Like,
yeah, absolutely. So I take it then you saw Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yes, I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that. It was what I needed at the time. It was absolutely wonderful.
Because it was during the pandemic. It was a great time to watch something fun and just silly.
Absolutely. And it was great idea of like, so what happened if you're supposed to like be like the future saviors of like all the world and you just can't figure out how the hell to do it? Like the performance anxiety, right?
So folks, if you like the first two movies, I think you would like Face the Music. It's in the same exact vein.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look, I only ever make fun of Keanu Reeves for one movie, which is the Dracula. Everything else, he's fine.
That's the one you mainly make fun
of. Oh, and Point Break. Maybe
yes,
and
Point Break.
Sure.
So okay, wait a minute. There's a third one too, right? What's the third one?
Is there a third one? I don't think so. I think he's pretty good in everything else. Like he plays to his strengths everywhere else.
I will say Francis absolutely loves the John Wick movie, so he loves.
Oh, that's true. I do love John Wick. Yeah. I think he's great in John Wick.
What'd you think of Johnny Mnemonic?
Never saw it.
Shit. That's okay. That is a terrible, terrible movie.
I knew. Didn't I tell you there's got to be a third one? I knew it.
I'll have to watch it just so I can.
I don't think that's not because of him. It's just a terrible movie. I saw that in the theaters, man. I was excited for that movie.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, man. I remember. I saw it. I remember the theater I saw it in too.
So is it the Matrix before the Matrix?
I mean, it's like
Matrix, Blade Runner, right?
It's early cyberpunk stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a pinball machine made for it too.
So it's like the video game Cyberpunk before, basically.
Okay.
Which actually did exist, tabletop game before Johnny Mnemonic.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I believe it was before that because I believe that game was around quite a while. I think. Oh, all right. Necrotis thinks it wasn't too bad. I would totally rewatch it. Actually, just to see.
I want to watch it for how they depict like technology, like there was
definitely like the jack on the head that you would plug into, on the net.
But how much space did he have in his brain to hold all that information?
Oh, they actually say that. That's a line in the movie.
See, that's the stuff I want to hear because I want it to be like he could carry a whole 2 gigabytes in his brain.
Oh yeah,
I don't think it was that much. I feel like it was megabytes or something.
He could hold
5 megabytes.
If you want to see like some really funny dated jargon and you want to see young Angelina Jolie, watch Hackers.
Yeah, no, I love Hackers.
Actually. I want to see that. I've never seen that actually.
Yeah.
It's not just the new architecture. It's got a PCI bus.
But that's what makes it so, wholesome. If you can call those movies wholesome, but it just makes it like, oh, look at you.
Did you ever
This
hack
is-
a Gibson?
Well, look, I blame Bill Gates when he said all we'd ever need is 600 and some kilobytes of RAM for the rest of our lives.
Yep.
That's all we'll ever need. It's like,
Windows 1.0,
kilobytes.
once you launched the program, there was no exit. There was no way to exit it out. You had to physically turn off the computer. And supposedly, this could be just lore, but like supposedly when asked, Bill was like, well, once you've launched it, why would you leave? like that, like it sounds like something he would say, but
You mean like, why would you ever leave your computer?
why would you ever want to
program.
exit Windows once you launched Windows? It's so much better than DOS. Why would you ever go back to DOS?
Oh,
I mean, technically it is, though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I thought he meant like you should never do anything else with your life except be on.
Oh no, like they
mean,
call it, Surrogate. Was that the name where like
I
you
like
just plug
Surrogate.
it in a chair?
Yeah,
you just
that's
plug
a
it
good
in
movie.
a chair, and now your
Bruce Willis.
robot machine self
It's a
goes
good
out and
movie.
lives your life. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, that would be very tempting if that happened. I can totally see people doing that.
Oh yeah, I half the world would convert to that day one.
That's why it was so interesting in that movie. When it's not really ruining anything. At some point, he has to go out in the real world as his real body.
Yeah.
But like, and he hasn't done that in years, right, or something, or so
Yeah.
So
he's seen him try to interact outside with all these surrogate, like, and just like experience real life, like.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna go rewatch that movie this weekend. It really was good, and it's a short one too. It's like an hour and a half. It's not a long movie. I would have been happy for it to be longer, but I don't know. Maybe their VFX budget didn't hold up.
Multiple movies this week. Werewolves and Y2K are only an hour and a half. I'm glad to see there's actually shorter movies being made again.
Wait, what is the other one?
Y2K. It's a horror movie from Blumhouse or something, I think. About it's like it's going back to the Y2K and like, what if Y2K technology started attacking people? Yeah.
So what? You're like your toaster from 1999, just like goes rogue.
I kind of want to watch that because I remember Y2K. I was there for Y2K. I realize it's geared to people who were born after Y2K. Like this movie is geared towards like the 20-somethings who never. You think?
Like, no, I would think it's more geared to people who went through it because they knew like all the conspiracy stuff. People.
No, I remember. Yeah.
No, I think like the young people, it's like a weird myth. Like it's some kind of weird folk tale.
People even know what Y2K
almost like
means.
2012, right? The Mayan calendar.
Yeah. Like it's some kind of weird folk tale that people have heard about in passing, but don't really like grasp. When they don't understand that we panicked during 1999,
so you're
like
saying
the world panicked.
If people are young enough, they might watch this movie and ask their parents, "Did that really happen?"
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
The historical documents, Jeff.
Yeah,
not the movies. The historical documents.
Right.
We need to make sure those aliens from Galaxy Quest don't get these movies, or it's just game over.
That's right. Let's see here. Wait, what is this, Necrodius? Like G-Force movie about the gerbil secret agents?
Oh God, yeah, that was. Wait, yeah, there was a Disney film.
G-Force. Oh, this is different than G-Force the anime.
Yeah, this is different from G-Force the anime. Disney made a G-Force film of gerbil spies.
What is it have to do with what we're talking about? I'm trying to.
I have no idea. But
it's like Johnny Mnemonic, gerbil secret agent.
It's like Y2K. Reminds me of
the gerbils were going to come out and take over the world of Y2K.
The gerbils could hold at least 5 megabytes in their whiskers.
Like I can't wait to tell young people, like if they ever ask me for some reason, like what was Y2K like? It's like nothing happened.
Okay, if you're a young person watching the show, when you see Francis,
ask me about Y2K.
Ask him about Y2K. But you only see him at nighttime because he's a vampire.
So that I could tell you that everyone panicked over it was all about a computer that didn't understand that 00 can be a thing, and that's why everyone freaked out because computers didn't know what 00 meant.
They didn't know that when they didn't put the first 2 letters of their letters. They didn't put the first 2 numbers of the year in the computer to save space. They only put the last 2.
Yeah.
And then when you get to 99, so when it went to 00, it would think, oh, this is the start of the century that's actually just ending. You're starting with the year 1, not the year 2000. 1901 versus the year 2000. and 1. So that's where people were like,
why would that have messed everything up though?
And that's where all the people speculated and conjectured. People were like, well, what happens if they're like, it's a weapons system or something for Russia, and the system decides to reboot, but in the reboot it thinks it had to reboot because it was attacked. Like, does that mean it's going to automatically launch a nuclear counterstrike or something? It's like, I think, we watched a little bit too much Terminator.
Yeah, it was just a fear that computers would go haywire because they didn't know what to do with that information.
Yeah, will traffic lights work or just suddenly shut down, and then
will things shut down?
Will the nuclear power plant systems refuse to boot, and things like that, and then have a meltdown or something?
I was in college at the time, and it did mess up my getting classes for the year because the computers the computers did shut down for my college.
There were some glitches,
yeah. And so I couldn't get classes for that semester. It took them.
There were some glitches.
There were some
glitches,
but they're minor. Yeah.
I think for most systems, part of the other problem too was, and this part of it was kind of real, is that what people don't understand is that, if you go walk through the airport or something every now and then, you'll see like one of the kiosks like at a blue screen, and it'll say like Windows 2000 or Windows. Windows NT
98.
or whatever. Like there are shops that you can go to and stuff. What was that recent airlines that all the other airlines were down except for the one that was still running on Windows 3.1? Like,
what, really?
Yeah, like
amazing.
So there are systems that, if you think about it, if you're like a multi-million-dollar company and you've built all this infrastructure on some old piece of software, it could be millions or billions of dollars to upgrade all your systems worldwide. So if it ain't broke, why fix it? So a bunch of the software that had been developed, the developers were working within the limitations that they had, which were like 5 megabytes was big to that. Watch Johnny Mnemonic, watch Max Headroom, watch, any of those shows. And you can see like what was big to them then. Now we're talking like petabytes and exobytes. Before that, we didn't even know that a petabyte or an exobyte was something that could possibly exist in our lifetime. So people just didn't. It's like, well, we're doing the best we can with what we have, and then once better comes along, just upgrade. But they weren't thinking about at scale. Not every business can upgrade 10,000 computers at once.
All right, well, hello, Johnny. Johnny just joined us. Actually, he brings up something I was curious about as well. The reason there weren't a lot of glitches, but there was lots of reprogramming going on. Yeah, were there people like trying to do stuff in advance so there weren't problems?
Yeah, there was a lot of patches going out to computers.
Yep.
They recommended like a lot of things. They put out software patches that will keep the computers away from knives and guns because they will kill you. Because a la your Y2K movie. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Imagine if we had AI then like we did now, right?
Oh yeah.
AI would probably suddenly believe that time travel was possible. Like, I don't know what just happened, but somehow we're back 100 years ago. Like,
yeah.
So,
turn to the 19th century.
Crodius, technically, we are talking about the last century, 1999 into 2000.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look, and also blame Prince. He wanted us to party like it was 1999.
Yes. Yeah.
He wanted
years.
all the way back in the 80s. In the 80s,
he wanted us to party like it was 1999. How little did he know?
He knew.
Yeah.
And History and Discovery Channel on cable would constantly play these, like, according to Nostradamus and according to these other people, like the Mayan calendar, like people had even figured out, like, if you interpret the Mayan calendar in a certain way and take certain events that change the calendar between then to now, like, actually it's not the year 2012, it would be the year 1999. So there's all these mainstream things out there of like these theories of like, is the world going to end? Is this how it happens? Is that how it happens?
Well, what's hopefully not going to end, folks, is our Patreon support. Thank you so much for all your support. This is the time where we're going to thank you guys. We really appreciate your support. You can go to patreon.com/super-geeked-up. Any amount you can pledge for a month, even a couple bucks is really helpful. Or like Craig did, Nadachi, before the show, you can do a super chat, which is a one-time donation. That's a little dollar symbol that should be on the lower right, I think, of your YouTube chat. Speaking of that, before we do that, let me check in with the poll because I always forget. Best movie set at Christmas. Die Hard still in the lead. Home Alone second. Gremlins third. Elf fourth right now. All right, good. I'm glad to see Die Hard getting a lot of support there. All right. So these are super shout out patrons, $10 or more per month. We give them a weird shout out every week. Francis, what are we doing? Well, a negative amount? Oh shit, would that mean we have to give you money?
Yeah, we have to. We owe you.
You can't do that. I'm sorry.
I don't think you can put a negative amount on anything though.
No.
Like you couldn't like genuinely do that.
That'd be stuck. That means they would like take money away from us.
Nobody. Yeah. Well, you just go to the bank and it's like, I don't want to take away my money. I want to,
Take away somebody else's money.
somebody else's money. So I'm gonna negative there.
All right, here, Dash, if you've got the doc up, you can help us in doing these shout outs.
I do have the doc out, actually.
So, I don't know, let's see. What's a good theme for this?
Y2K. No.
Oh, God. I think that was enough Y2K discussion.
I'll do mine as Kermit the Frog if you want.
You can do it as Kermit the Frog if you like.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, small numbers there, Necrodius. You got to go higher.
500? No, we don't have that much in our Patreon. You can't withdraw 500. We don't even get that much per month.
Overtime.
Muppet theme? I'm not great on the Muppets. Well, you can do Kermit. We'll have that.
You don't want to do a Muppet?
Let's do Keanu Reeves movies.
Was Keanu Reeves ever with the Muppets? Let's see.
I don't know. Was he on Sesame Street?
I don't know. I'm sure he was like in a Muppet movie or something. Oh, okay. So there is a Muppet Show Keanu Reeves scene. Oh, but the Muppet Show was from like a few years ago. Oh, and this is the picture of Keanu Reeves. Oh, that doesn't count.
Whatever, it's fine. He can be Kermit still.
Okay.
All right. You want to kick us off, Francis?
Okay. Craig Allen Poole. I'm a Welsh Keanu Reeves. I, laddie, aren't you like the total lad there, boy? Yo, thank you. Rad.
Whoa, Rachel J. Oh man, like Johnny Mnemonic. Can I jack into your data port?
Oh, hooray! I guess I get to shout out Greg and Rihanna Horvey.
Wait, that's it.
Yeah, hey, that works.
No, we gotta say, do I don't know, related to some Keanu Reeves movie at least.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, but keep it above 50.
Oh, nice speed reference. Good.
There you go. Okay. Yes, Tammy Anderson. I have to know, why are there so many songs about rainbows? Rad.
Oh, is that a Sesame Street reference?
That's a Kermit song.
Kermit, yes.
Kermit sings it.
I see. Oh, whoa, Johnny Big Daddy Pappas. Francis's reaction. Big Daddy, I want you to mail a letter and meet me at the lake house.
Michael Gilstrap, this is Kermit the Frog. I've been trying to get a hold of you. Look, Gonzo wants to know why you're not returning his calls. Like he thought that you guys got along fairly well at the movie, and he's just wondering why you're not calling him back. So if you could just give him a call, I'd appreciate that.
This was not pre-planned because I have the ever-loving Dashby, who, of course, the V stands for vampire, like Gary Oldman, who was totally going after that lady's vagina. Really, like, it was crazy, yo. Yeah, it was so cool.
He does go after lots of ladies and their vaginas.
Does he go after
Nina Harker?
Yeah.
Well, what's her face? Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder. Yeah.
All right.
How red am I right now?
Pretty red.
Good.
Whoa. Not Dash. Whoa, Jaloo. Yo, Jaloo, let's go hang 10 and be undercover FBI, and we'll catch crooks that like to dance dirtily. Patrick Swayze.
Oh, you're mixing it up.
Yes.
Okay. I remember dancing in that movie.
Delaney Parker, you cannot lose if you support Super Geeked Up. So thank you very much for your support. And just remember, okay, tell Wildcat to keep her eyes on the road there, and just keep driving, and everything is going to be all right.
Who's Wildcat?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Oh,
I'm sticking with Speed.
wait. Does he call somebody call? Oh,
Because she has the Wildcat, sweater
jersey.
on. Yeah.
I'll give you one more for free
Yes.
since that one wasn't obvious.
Delaney, do you think if you pick up all the driver's teeth, they'll give you another medal? Huh?
Not hey, hotshot. Whatever he says.
wait, is the driver's teeth from Speed 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop quiz hotshot.
Yeah, that
Pop
one.
quiz. That's
that
it.
one I know
Pop quiz
really well.
hotshot. Yeah.
Pop quiz hotshot. You got a choice of whether or not to support Super Geeked Up. What do you do? What do you do?
What do you do?
All right, you got the last one, Francis.
Brian H. Yes, Brian. Oh, dude. It is so cool that you are with us in this shout out. In preparation, H, I decided to sing to you a song. Wild Stallion.
Nice. Though sponsored by Preparation H.
Yeah.
Johnny says that's an excellent Kermit. I agree.
Yeah.
Muppet John Wick. That'd be cool. Oh, yeah, actually, right. So Croy's earlier, I forgot. He had said like what movies would be good with Muppets, right? As the characters.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you said everything. Imagine Muppet Beetlejuice. That'd be good.
Oh.
I think that would.
Can't say half the things that Beetlejuice says, but whatever.
Patreon.com/supergeeked folks. You can go there to support us. We appreciate it very much. Thank you, everybody, no matter what level you're at, who is supporting us. Big thanks again to Craig for the super chat early in the show. Last game of the night, Francis, is what?
It's, of course, Super Movie Pitch. This is where you guys give us a bunch of silly words put together, and we'll make a movie pitch from it. For instance, often this did spawn from the silly days of the week that we would do, like Thumbtack Day or something like that. We made a movie out of like, what does Thumbtack Day? What is it all about? Is it a romantic comedy? Well, you don't have to do that.
Any kind of weird thing like banana pants. Or...
Yeah, so combine some silly words, some silly phrases, and we will turn them into the most epic movies you've ever watched.
Hamster Attack, whatever. Weird.
Better than Y2K the movie.
Well, we'll
or
see.
Werewolves.
I have to see. Well, I'm gonna go. I'll see Werewolves. You see Y2K, and then we'll see how they are.
Or Gladiator 2.
I would like to see Gladiator 2. I'm probably gonna wait though. You know what? They're only showing Werewolves. First off, my regular theater is not showing it all. The other theater is only showing it on one time the day because all these other movies are so big and they're taking all the screens up. Moana 2,
my God,
Wicked,
this is the most B movie thing I've seen in a while. Wow.
Y2K?
No, it's
Werewolves.
In the sense of like, it's the werewolves are very practical. And
Are
they're
they
not
costumes,
like,
you think? Not.
they don't look CGI to me based off of what I'm
Good.
looking at right
I like
here.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
All right. Wow, I really thought you were typing in a whole essay to the chat there, Dash, but you
No, I realized I had a.
don't forget to hey, put that any links up you want there in the chat though.
Sure. The link tree is pretty good.
All right, that's it. Existential platypus. There you go. That's the idea. Johnny.
Oh yeah, just like that. Yeah.
So put stuff like that in, folks. I guess we'll start with that one. We'll do a movie pitch of existential platypus. All right, hey Dash, you get to start.
Hang on a second. I need to look up existential.
Oh,
Katrina Law's in it. Oh.
yes, that's why I'm excited. Katrina Law, man. I love Katrina Law.
Yeah, and Lou Diamond Phillips.
I did not know though that Katrina Law was half Taiwanese.
I did
are
not know
there
that
any-
either.
Is there any additional like?
Because she plays a character called like Dr. Chen. I was like, oh
Okay.
shit, is she half Asian? Yeah, she is.
What's the question?
We're just doing a pitch, or is there any particular spin that we have to put on this pitch? Do I have to
You
do
can
it?
no, just do a pitch. You can make anything you want out of that is all, and then one of us can pick up wherever you leave off.
All right, folks. Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg here with another Zorg oldie but goldie. You ever know that I used to write films before I ruled the world through my taxi company? It's multinational. It was called Existential Platypus. And my colleague and agent here, Francis, is going to give you some more details.
Why, yes. With the platypus, you must think bigger. Because, of course, our services can only be found on the web, like their feet. And, of course, if you're going to pay us, you must put it on their bill, because that's what they have. Lastly, if you want to be slick, like their backs, you need to give us your love and attention, because there's a big twist. There's this whole deal. There's something we didn't tell you that'll really get you to watch our big new film. And Jeff right here is going to tell you right all about it.
Whoa. Yeah, like this is so existential. I can't believe it. So the twist is
Yes.
the twist is it's not actually existential. The taxis are actually platypi that that transport you around the galaxy. They're space platypi, dude. And it'll blow your mind.
Mind officially blown.
Good.
Folks, I am not very disappointed. I couldn't be more thrilled and pleased with how this pitch has unfolded. But wait, there is more.
There is.
Are you? No, there is. I thought that was the end. And by the way, are you Fifth Element guy or are you Barack Obama right now?
Jeff, look, I think you should be able to tell the difference between Zorg and
That's really good,
Barack
actually.
Obama.
That is really good.
Oh,
Please,
that's really
come on.
good.
I'm not going to do another 8 years of the same quips.
I find it, which is so, because he's the hardest kind of to impersonate. I feel like that's the hardest
is.
one to get.
That was really good
he
though.
is.
And that was actually spot on.
Thank you. I've seen way too much C-SPAN.
Oh well, not that. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
You can
Yeah.
put Zeldas in the chat or not just links to Crodius.
Put all the Zeldas in the chat if you like.
But even better, give us an idea like Existential Platypus. Give us
Oh, yeah.
maybe another super movie
they're just
chat.
enjoying. They're just enjoying our witty
Impersonations.
repartee, our banter. They just like the banter.
That's what I meant by
Geeky
there's
banter.
more. We do another idea, right? Next?
Yes.
Or no?
Here it is. Elon Musk's Zombie Hunter.
All right. I start us up.
You can if you want. You don't have to since you started the other one, but if you can, you're welcome to.
Look, folks, it's look, zombie hunting.
Wait, are you doing your impersonation of autistic Elon Musk? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So, I mean, zombies have become a real problem, in our country, and so naturally, hunting is the solution. Which is why I have created a company called, the Zombie Hunting Company, and expect to see more from that in the future. Francis, can you maybe?
Well, I think it's actually called Zex. So for Zombie X. Like, in other words, we're gonna X those zombies. We're gonna get rid of them,
Absolutely.
exterminate
Yes.
them. We're gonna exterminate the zombies. And what Elon's gonna do is he's gonna modify his SpaceX rockets and shoot them up the zombies' asses. All right, and blast them off into Mars. To first find out, can zombies survive on Mars? That's a good test before we send humans there, right? But Francis,
the data seems to support that they can.
Francis, when they get to Mars, what happens?
Well, when they get to Mars, we get, of course, the experts in zombies to really study them, the cranberries. So we'll get the cranberries to
The
go
song
ahead
zombie.
and teach us everything they know about zombies. As a matter of fact, they like to say, I can only say it the way they do, which is, of course, zombie. It's the only way that they truly communicate.
You really have to draw it out.
What
and then-
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We're hoping that the scientists can ultimately tell us, what's in their head, what's in their head.
And the twist is they find out their head is filled with cranberries, which is another reason the cranberries are the perfect ones to battle them.
Yes. And they're only the ones that come from a can. So they're always shaped like a can. They're not real they're like of course, the fake cranberries. And, the only way that Elon is able to truly hunt them down is, of course, with his scent. Because he is, of course, Elon Musk.
I am happy, though, that we finally found yet another use case for our flamethrower, which people can buy on our shop.
Hey, that was a pretty cool product. I actually thought that was a pretty neat product. I wish I owned one. Just
We're working on
flaming.
a flamethrower that also has a chainsaw attachment, so you can cut and cook at the same time.
And like Bruce Campbell, you can put it onto your arm. You can fuse it to your hand.
Yes.
And turn every zombie into a delicious Thanksgiving meal.
We may also
Unfortunately,
partner
though-
with Nintendo.
Yes, nice. Unfortunately, the only song you get to hear on Mars is, well, maybe fortunately, because it's a great song, is Zombie by the Cranberries.
And of course, the other cranberry song of which has escaped me. was the
They did have one other
Well,
really famous one. Yes.
Yes.
Francis, do we have to let it linger, really?
Thank you.
Ah.
No, you're right. Let's not let it linger. Let's move on, shall we?
Dude, I miss the Cranberries. Like, I don't know, I can't forget her name, but she had such a
Dolores
distinct voice.
O'Riordan.
Did
What
you
is it?
hear?
Dolores O'Riordan.
Yeah,
Oh, were they European? What were they?
They're Irish, I think.
Irish, I believe. Yeah. Yep. Did you hear the cover of Zombie by Bad Wolf in 2018?
No.
There's a banging cover. In fact, they were supposed to record that cover with her, and she didn't show up in the studio that day, and that's when they'd found out that she had passed away.
Yeah.
But they
I didn't know
they
she passed away. Jeez.
yeah. So they made the song anyway. But as kind of like instead of, because she was going to do backup vocals, they did it anyway, but they did it now as a tribute to her and for her.
Wow. Now I'm going to listen to this.
Very
that's a
powerful.
good
In
song.
fact, the surprise project that I'm launching in 2025 features Bad Wolf's cover for Zombie in the. I actually licensed that as part of the soundtrack for the thing I'm working on.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
That's awesome. By the way, were you saying though, did Elon Musk actually sell flamethrowers? Is that what your reference was?
He did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
totally
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely did.
On
In
what?
fact,
On some other company he does?
Johnny Papa said he almost bought one, but he missed the cutoff because he sold them for a limited time.
He sold it to the Boring Company, which is
Yeah.
what he used to do the Hyperloop and all that stuff. That company.
Yeah.
That made Hyperloops.
Wait, he sold. Are you saying people can buy flamethrowers?
Yeah,
They
you
could,
Well,
yes,
they
you can.
did. You could buy a handheld small flame. It was like a handheld the size of like a video game plasma cannon. So it wasn't that big. It was like pretty small. You don't have to have like the pack in the back.
Yeah,
or
but
anything.
did
It's
it
all
like
in one
actually
thing.
shoot flames a decent distance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough to where they could only sell it for a limited time. I think the reason it was a limited time is because they knew that they probably would face a lot of regulation if they continued it as a long-term project.
Yeah. Wish you got one, Johnny. That would have been so funny if you got one. That'd have been
Yeah,
so
use it
awesome.
in your movies, Johnny. That'd been cool.
Yeah.
Man, Thanksgiving dinner, I got it handled.
Wow. All right. I had no idea.
Come get some.
That would be good for
Turkey.
fighting zombies, though. Absolutely.
Oh, it'd be awesome for fighting zombies.
It's on it's on eBay. You can buy one for $2,500 on eBay.
Nice. What they originally go for is that's probably like a
No,
that
it was
actually
only
sounds
$500.
rather-
It was pretty
Yeah.
cheap. It wasn't that expensive. So I'm really sad that they went away because they weren't that
Yeah.
expensive.
What the hell are you going to do with a flamethrower, though, in reality?
I don't know,
What
light a fire.
what could you not do with a flamethrower?
Yeah. Light my cigarette.
Which you don't
Hold it away
smoke.
from your face when you
Hold
light
on
it.
a second. There
Folks,
you go.
I had a full head of hair. Funny story. I was lighting a cigarette with a flamethrower.
I mean, if you go camping, I suppose nice for a campfire, right?
Campfire. Roast some marshmallows off of it. Yeah.
you could
Yeah,
roast
just
the whole
burn the whole bag of marshmallows.
Yeah, a whole crate of marshmallows. Here you go. If you do have a Stay Puffed problem, right, you could take care of that with the quickness. So Ghostbusters would love it.
That's true. I'm trying to think of other practical uses. All right.
For the flamethrower? Oh, light candles.
No, but all of these, it's too big. You're going to like melt the whole candle.
Well, gardening and stuff. It might sound crazy and stuff, but imagine like you've got like an area where like there's like a lot of mulch or whatever and shrubs, but weeds have kind of overtaken. Like you could use it to kind of purge out weeds and stuff. And it would actually be a very environmentally friendly way to do it, because you burn the weeds down to the root, and then the ash there ends up being nutrients for the ground. So probably better than dumping chemicals, right?
Interesting. Colony Pitt just joined us. Hello. He says, great way to kill vampires.
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
absolutely.
Johnny shares I think this is a tweet, I'm assuming.
There's a quote from the website, I think.
This rumor that I'm secretly creating a zombie apocalypse to generate demand for flamethrowers is completely false. Elon Musk, January 28th, 2018.
Now, the fact though that he feels like he needs to explicitly state that is concerning to me.
So it did sell for $500, and it came with a fire extinguisher.
That's actually good.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad they did that.
He's thinking ahead.
Thinking
ahead.
On eBay, you probably don't get on the eBay one. You probably don't get the fire extinguisher.
No, it's just the flamethrower in a box, in the original box,
because they used up all the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I wonder if the fire extinguisher was really like a thoughtful thing, a regulatory thing, or if it was an acknowledgement that maybe their quick start guide left out a few essential steps.
I think
people just getting it. Oh wow, excellent! They pulled the trigger and they instantly set fire to their house. Like,
you know what? When you say a quick start guide, that's funny because everything comes with it. I actually feel like for a flamethrower, I want a very detailed manual, not just a quick start guide.
No, exactly, right? You don't want to be grabbing it and like, I didn't know it was loaded, ready to go. I just literally took out my mailbox.
I mean, I'm looking at it now. It's just a trigger. It's just a trigger. You know, you put the canister in for the flames, but then you just pull the trigger and that's it. I'll just shoot it out.
I'm sure you just pull the trigger and that's it. Whatever's on the other end of that barrel is just
gone,
vaporized.
So dangerous.
Look at this one. Look at that one. It could be a zombie. It could be like a French painting. It doesn't matter. It's gone.
Oh,
well, there you go.
Don't be burning French paintings. I like French paintings.
If Jeff, if you need to, like, you know, most of us pay for garbage collection, right? But if you could just like point and click and it's gone, that'd be pretty sweet, right?
I know people do. I know some people who live in rural areas. They just put it in a burn barrel. That's all they do with their garbage, which is not supposed to do, I'm sure.
As long as it's compostable, combustible, right? Hopefully they're not putting like batteries and stuff in there. Let me burn my iPhone in these like 50 pounds of PVC pipe. That's not so smart. Don't do that, folks. Newspapers all day long.
All right. Well, there we go. That is, I guess we'll end on a flamethrower note.
Yeah.
Nice.
So again,
we're on fire.
Chris, if you go to Linktree, just me -V, you can get all his links.
Just Med D5.
Just Med D5. Just Med Ash 5.
Well, just Med Ash 5. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Or again, it's the same thing, just me -V on YouTube or on different socials.
X, Twitch, just about any platform. If you just type in the URL/justme-v, all one word, it'll send you to my bio.
So give him a follow, subscription, all that good stuff. Be on the lookout for news about his exciting project that you can see in the background there a little bit behind him.
Yes. You'll see what happens.
Is that you in that image?
So I'll give you guys a little bit of a breadcrumb. So anybody that's seen this is not a vlog before. 10 years ago, I made a little mini story that was just a bunch of little random skits I did on my phone about why I was moving from New York to California. It's been about 10, 15 years, and people have been saying, what happened? What happened? What happened? So you're going to see a version of maybe kind of what happened, but not really. And you're going to see part of why I haven't released something in a while. That is the AI avatar version of me that decides to help with this season. And I'll just leave it there. You'll see if it helped me or not.
Nice. I like it. Looks badass, man. You got the beard, goatee, you got the sunglasses.
Oh yeah. It's very if you want, I can just super quick, I can toggle a little previs that I've got. Let me see.
Sure.
An exclusive.
Yeah.
An SGU exclusive.
Oh my God, it's totally Max Headroom. That's amazing.
It is totally Max Headroom. Yeah. So folks, you'll be able to see him in action, and you'll be able to see whether he actually makes my life and my show better or worse. So you can decide for yourself. But either way, I hope you find it pretty damn funny.
Do you ever ask
that looks
it for
great,
a
man.
Pepsi
Like
Perfect?
that looks exactly like Max Headroom. You did a great job.
Doesn't it? Yeah. And that's actually just the previs. So that's not even the final VFX. So what's in the actual show is even a step up better from that. So that freeze frame is when he's realizing a ring. Wait, are we married? There is no we. Where I am married, you are not married. So yeah, there's this time I'm actually, the first time I did the vlog, it was just me randomly shooting candid footage on my phone and then trying to stitch it together into something of a storyline of why am I leaving New York and moving to California. Why this vlog has taken so much longer is I actually devoted a budget to it. I'm actually shooting on higher end cinematography, like I'm shooting on the Blackmagic Cinema 6K, for example.
Nice.
I'm editing it in DaVinci Resolve. There's very heavy VFX throughout the entire show and stuff. So I wanted this to start out kind of like a vlog and almost look like some parts are still shot with iPhone, but there's definitely going to be many parts where I want it to feel like you're sitting down in a theater watching a movie. I don't know. I've worked my ass off to try to achieve that look and that feel, but also make it feel like campy home video. So you guys can tell me later this year if you think what I did worked for you. I'm interested in people's thoughts, critiques, criticism.
Now, when you say later this year, though, do you mean 2025?
2025-ish, yeah. Yeah. So I have 2 episodes already. All the episodes are scripted. The first 2 episodes and the final episode, it's a 6-episode season arc. The first, second, and 6th episodes are already in the can because they were incredibly VFX heavy. And you know me, Jeff, I like to be kind of prepared with stuff. So what I did was I had ideas for things I wanted to do and things that I wanted to portray and work on just as interesting shots, interesting ways to develop myself as a filmmaker. And what I didn't want to do was have these great pie in the sky ideas. Like any good story, you don't want to end on a flat note, right? So I tried first, I thought through what the conclusion was going to be VFX wise and everything. And then I actually, once I knew that I could do it, once I knew I could land, I could stick the landing, then I went back and I started working on all the other stuff. That way, once I get about halfway through, I'll be able to start releasing episodes, and then I can finish the 2 just before the final episode because they're going to be mostly practical shots. But all the VFX is already done because, as you well know, that's what takes 90% of the time. So I've spent over a year and a half on VFX for some of these shots that last like minutes.
Wow.
And hopefully it wasn't a waste of my time. You guys can tell me.
Oh, I can't wait to see it, man. We'll have you on again. Absolutely. To promote it. This is exciting.
Yeah. And you might see some product placement throughout in a couple of shots. So anybody that's a fan of Super Geeked Up or Super Knocked Up, keep an eye, and maybe I don't know. If so, I'll announce it, but maybe I'll give a prize or 2 to somebody, the first eagle-eyed person to point out different SKU material or other material from my other projects that just appears Easter egg wise in different episodes.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Awesome. And since he's in the chat, I mentioned earlier, but since he's in the chat now, Johnny, I remember we got the Super Knocked Up comic in one of your films. So thank you for that. That was cool. All right, there you go. That's Chris's links. Francis, you're over at the podcast.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Points of Interest podcast, the most generic podcast on the internet. Go check it out. And then, of course, at AK, the other guy, everywhere. Everywhere.
All the
Everywhere.
places.
Oh, it's sarcasm.net. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm probably
that's
just
his personal.
I really need to switch that to just a link tree. Seriously. I should just keep the name, turn it to link tree. Done.
Yeah. I finally, because they're still coming out with somebody the other day is like, Dash, when are you going to come on to Threads? James Gunn is even on Threads now. I'm like, oh, fine, I'll come over to Threads, but it's like, I'll just add it to Linktree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who needs a website? Do I give you my Facebook? Do I give you my Insta? Do I give you my YouTube? Like, just Linktree, you pick what you want. Yeah.
Not joining any more social media companies.
And you have a couple books actually that are out active published, right, Jeff?
A couple anthologies. I have over 40 sexy books out under my pen name, Riley Rose. But yes, and The Adventures of Elaine and Ned, which is my main one, is coming out soon. The full book. It's on Vellum.
That's
right
awesome.
Now, yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, cool. All right, I think that's everything, right? Yes. So thank you so much. Oh, the poll. No. All right. Yes. Good thing you reminded me. All right. What's the best movie set at Christmas? The YouTube live poll. The winner is by quite a large margin, actually. Die Hard. Way to go.
Okay.
Oh, you're one of them. That's what
no idea what you're talking about.
I know. You never, just like, you know what? You mentioned that about as much as you mentioned Keanu Reeves and Dracula. Not at all.
I have no idea.
That was on like yesterday, the other day. Die Hard. I watched part of it again.
I'm sure they're going to put it in theaters again this year.
I saw it in theaters when I was in San Diego. That was cool to see it in theaters.
You're saying there, Dash?
I was just saying, Alan Rickman, man, great.
He's the best.
Great guy. Yeah. My favorite performances of him. It was in the Die Hard movie and in Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
You broke the ship. You broke the bloody ship.
Yeah, he's amazing. Everything, but those are two standouts for sure.
Oh yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas. That would have been a good one. Absolutely, sure.
Yeah.
All right, folks. There you go. Thanks so much for watching. We appreciate it. If you're watching live, all the great suggestions you gave us. If you're watching in posts, we appreciate it as well. You can always put your comments in there, and we'll reply to them. Big thanks to Dash, Chris, for coming on. And he's got to go run away from the vaginas now, so he's got to leave. Sorry. But no, big thanks. It was great having you on. It's been way too long. We'll have you on again. Definitely when the
it was super fun.
Your series is coming out.
Super fun. I saw we had Jenna in the chat as well. She's another SKU alum.
Shadow
right?
Girl and SKU.
Shadow Girl.
That's actually what she uses as her YouTube profile picture. Shadow Girl.
Yeah, I think I was filming that day when because I only for season 1 I only did one episode, and I think it was the episode where she's kind of there looking in the shadows.
Oh, was it? I can't remember.
Yeah, she's like right after
the explosion.
Right after Jessica falls through the window and everything, and then she walks away.
Yes.
Shadow Girl comes out and looks.
Yeah.
So it was good to see. Takes me back, man.
Yeah, man. Back in when we were all in upstate New York.
Oh yeah, back when we were blowing shit up. We could have really used the flamethrower for that day.
We could. You're right, because we had to wood. We had to singe the wood and stuff.
We were literally, we were on set breaking CDs and torching CDs. We had this cabinet set that we had broken with a sledgehammer that we were torching and everything, because we did a mix of practical as well as digital effects later. But yeah, man, we really could have used a boring flamethrower.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah. So
I like that scene, by the way.
We keep finding uses
because your visual effects are great for the shield and the explosion.
Oh, thank you.
And you threw the dummy out the window,
yeah.
But then also how we practical just rained down debris into the shot too was cool.
Oh yeah, I remember still standing on the truck and it's do not hit her, throw far away from her. But no, that was absolutely great. That's one of the highlights of my filmmaking.
Oh,
the highlights of my
idea.
If I can just plug one or two more things. Folks, if you check out I think it's in my link tree. If you check out my IMDb, there are a couple of films that I worked on with actually an Upstate Independence alum, Christy Lee Hughes. We worked on two films recently we had go through the festival series. One is called Guardian. It's about an alcoholic guardian angel that's completely terrible at her job. And so she gets called by one of the people that's in a full body cast she gets called down to Earth because he wants to fire her, and she has to beg him for her job back. So that's kind of a funny story. It's a 13-minute short. Also another one that I did, Christy Lee Hughes as well. She's a fantastic actress and director. It's called Asking for It. It's about a gentleman who gets a car jumps a curb and hits this guy. And so he calls the cops to report a hit and run. And the cop shows up and refuses to believe that what happened to him could possibly happen without him somehow provoking it. So it's a darkly comical story about what happens when, people find themselves in situations that, people are supposed to help them just aren't helping them. So both of them have some heart to it. You're going to laugh. You're going to kind of think and cry. So check out IMDb. They were only exclusively on the festival circuit, but now they're going out on distribution. So they're available on Vimeo,
nice.
Things like that. You can actually just watch it right from your local couch now.
Local couch.
My local couch.
I love my local couch.
As opposed to your remote couch, you can watch it at your friends too,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I saw that's Christy's great. That's great to hear.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Hello, Chuck.
Actually,
join us. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say for Guardian, the mix and master for our theatrical release, same studio that did our mix and master for Super Knocked Up.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. By the way, folks, if you haven't, please do watch Super Knocked Up. You can find it on this channel you're watching right now, and you can see all the great work Chris and other people did. Happy holidays, Super Geeks. Chuck tells us, thanks, Sticks Boy. Happy holidays back at you. I mean, we'll be doing shows. Continuing, Christmas and New Year's is on a Wednesday. We'll have to figure out. We'll have to talk to Francis about maybe we'll do a different day or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
I mean, I would think people would be busy that day in general.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're doing it at Christmas.
Yeah,
but we usually do something that week, is what I'm saying. Francis, listen, man, you had a week off. I don't know what you're complaining about.
It's the holidays, man. Come on.
9 to 5er.
What?
That's a holiday. You'll have to give me time and a half.
Hey, I'll tell you, people last week actually they thanked us. They appreciated it. We did it in a show, actually, an extra show last week.
I'm glad to hear it.
All right. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Thanks to Chris. We will be back next week, normal Wednesday show, and that'll be what the hell do we do? 10 p.m. Eastern to 7 Pacific. When do we do this? Yes, that's
there's a show.
Yeah. So we will see you then. Until then, stay geeky, everybody. Thanks so much. Bye.